Ever wondered how to tell if an INFP woman likes you? Well, you're not alone. These introspective, feeling, and intuitive individuals are known for their cautious nature, especially when it comes to affairs of the heart. They're like a mystery novel, full of unexpected twists and turns, leaving you intrigued and a little confused. But that's what makes them so captivating, isn't it? Their tendency to keep their feelings hidden can make it a challenge to discern if they harbor romantic feelings for someone. If you're trying to figure out an INFP woman, it's like trying to solve a puzzle with an infinite amount of pieces. But fear not, there are subtle behaviors that may reveal their hidden affections. Let's delve into them. The first behavior to note: INFP women may ignore the person they like. Now this might seem a bit odd, but there's a good reason behind this. You see, INFPs are cautious creatures, especially when it comes to their hearts. They're not ones to rush in and take risks. So instead of wearing their hearts on their sleeves, they play it safe, they pull back. And here's the interesting part: if an INFP woman tells you outright that she likes you, it's likely she means it in a platonic way. Because, as we mentioned, they're hesitant to confess to someone they're romantically interested in. It's a bit of a protective mechanism, you could say. So, if you find an INFP woman seemingly ignoring you, don't be disheartened. It doesn't necessarily mean that she's not interested. In fact, it might be quite the opposite. She could very well be protecting her feelings and trying to figure out yours. So, in this case, being ignored might just be a good sign. So if she's ignoring you, it might just be a good sign. Next up, secret glances. An intriguing characteristic of an INFP woman is that, even though she may be ignoring the person she's interested in, she's definitely keeping an eye on them. It's a subtle game of hide and seek that she plays, keeping her feelings under wraps, while taking secret glances at the object of her affection. She's not ignoring you, she's observing you, taking in every detail, every expression, every movement. She might be in a crowded room, but her focus will always find its way back to you. Now, if you're lucky enough to catch her in the act, that's a sure sign she's interested in you. It's a little victory, a small clue that she's invested and intrigued. Caught her looking at you? That's a win. Another behavior to look out for: social media stalking. Yes, you heard it right. An INFP woman, when interested, turns into a detective of sorts. Now, don't get the wrong idea. It's not as creepy as it sounds. She's just trying to understand you better. She might avoid liking or commenting on your posts. She might even skip interacting with your updates altogether. But behind the scenes, she's probably visited your profile more times than you can count. She might have scrolled down to your post from several years ago, all in a quest to know you more. She's piecing together the puzzle that is you, gathering bits of information here and there. So if you ever find her mysteriously well-informed about your past, or that trip to Greece you took 5 years ago, chances are she's interested. So if she's mysteriously well-informed about your past, she's likely interested. Now let's talk about smiles. You see, when an INFP woman has a certain someone who has caught her eye, she tends to become more vibrant, more engaging, and surprisingly talkative. It's as though a switch has been flipped, and she's suddenly the life of the party. And the most noticeable change? Her smile. It's brighter, warmer, and it reaches her eyes. This isn't just any ordinary smile. This is a smile that she reserves for those who have managed to pique her interest. It's her way of making an impression, of standing out in your mind. She's not just trying to catch your eye. She's aiming to captivate your attention. This isn't about being the center of attention, but rather about ensuring that you notice her. So if you've noticed a sudden change in her demeanor, a bright smile that seems to light up the room, then she might just be into you. A sudden change in her demeanor, she might just be into you. Next on the list, she opens up more through texts. You see, the INFP woman often feels more comfortable expressing herself through the written word. Texting, for her, is a safe and intimate medium where she can pour out her personality. It's like she's crafting her own novel, and each message sent is a new page in her story. You might find her sharing thoughts and feelings that she'd typically keep hidden under layers of reserve. She's exploring the depths of her mind, sifting through her emotions, and inviting you along for the journey. This is where she shines. Her words are thoughtful, considered, and brimming with authenticity. She might discuss her dreams, her fears, or her love for abstract ideas. Perhaps she'll weave intricate stories or share her musings on a book she's reading. These are not your everyday texts. No, these are glimpses into her inner world. So if your inbox is filled with her deep, meaningful texts, take it as a subtle hint. You're occupying a space in her mind. Deep, meaningful texts, you're on her mind. Another telltale sign, she becomes more talkative. Now, this might come as a surprise considering the introverted nature of the INFP woman. But let me assure you, when she's interested in someone, she transforms into a veritable Chatty Cathy. She'll reveal a side of her that's often hidden from the public. This is her warm, hyperactive, and whimsical persona, a stark contrast to her usually reserved demeanor. It's like you've been granted exclusive access to her private world, a place where she lets her guard down and allows her true colors to shine through. You'll find her engaging in deep, meaningful conversations, sharing her thoughts, ideas, and dreams with an enthusiasm that's infectious. It's as if she's a completely different person, one who's vibrant and full of life. So if you notice an INFP woman suddenly becoming more talkative around you, take it as a strong signal that she's interested in you. She's letting you in on her world, a privilege she doesn't grant to just anyone. So, a sudden burst of chattiness. She's likely interested. Beware of the decline. Now here's something that might throw you off. An INFP woman, even when she's interested in you, might decline your invitations. Yes, you heard that right. You see, INFPs are careful creatures. They like to take their time, especially when it comes to matters of the heart. So if you're in the early stages of getting to know each other, don't be surprised if she prefers to keep her distance. She may come up with a myriad of excuses, but don't let this discourage you. She's not playing hard to get. Instead, she's carefully navigating the waters of your budding relationship. She's building up a mental picture, evaluating your intentions, and trying to figure out if you're worth the risk. Remember, for her, every interaction is significant. So even if your encounters are few, they'll most likely be memorable ones. So, the next time she declines an invitation, don't take it to heart. A decline doesn't mean disinterest, it's her way of taking things slow. Lastly, the late admittance. Now, this is the real clincher. An INFP woman is unlikely to admit she harbors feelings for you until she's completely over it. It's a trait that's as intriguing as it is frustrating. She'll keep her feelings under wraps, maintaining that enigmatic aura, even when her heart is fluttering like a butterfly. But once she's moved on, she'll casually drop the bombshell, revealing her past feelings for you without batting an eye. It's her unique way of processing emotions, a testament to her introspective nature. By the time she's ready to confess, it may well be too late for you to reciprocate. She's moved on, and you're left wondering what could have been. So if she confesses her past feelings for you, you've missed your chance.